Near the ruins of Dr. Strange's house, hidden on both sides of the river, lie two fragile treasures, a spring and a karst window. Most of the time, they are invisible, not by nature's design, but because human activity has submerged them under a layer of foul-smelling mud. They only reappear during the rare drawdowns that happen every 4 to 5 years and last for just a few months. The rest of the time, this heavy, unnatural silt buries them so completely that even a temporary retreat of water cannot reveal what lies beneath. To find the karst window, you have to leave the river and step onto the floor of the reservoir. The ground offers no resistance, only thick, sticky mud capable of holding you to the waist. Timing is crucial. The best moment to visit is a few months after the water has receded, when the silt has dried just enough and sparse vegetation gives a fragile illusion of solid footing. At first, I wasn't entirely sure what I was seeing. A spring? A karst window? The difference wasn't clear. When I got home, I began researching, and what I discovered only deepened my fascination. A karst window is like a window into a hidden underground world. A spring at one end, a stream crossing the surface, and a swallow hole at the other, revealing the movement of the aquifer that is usually invisible. A spring, by contrast, simply brings groundwater to the surface without requiring a visible conduit or collapsed structure. By these definitions, what appears in this video seems to be a karst window. What first drew me in was the color. From the edges it looked shallow, barely a few inches deep. But that was an illusion. The deeper, vivid blue at the center hinted at the true depth. And even the seemingly shallow edges were filled with thick, choking mud deposited by the reservoir. The moment I stepped onto the bottom, I sank waist deep. Once I got out of the mud, I noticed sad wooden planks lying along the shore, placed there long ago to let visitors inch closer and peer inside. Someone had clearly been in my situation before. And yet, the deep, mesmerizing blue still drew my attention. Every step required care. Each movement stirred dark, rotten silt, and the boards were sleek and decaying, offering only a fragile sense of stability. It was easy to misjudge the footing. The mud extended beneath the edges, and even near the cave, the depth was hidden by sediment. This is why in my videos the water still appears significantly murky. It doesn't take much imagination to picture what this place once was. Before the flooding, before the reservoir, clear, vivid blue water, ancient cypress trees standing in quiet circles, no stench, no suffocating mud. Just a living system breathing on its own terms. What remains now is a quiet, unsettling realization. Humanity imagines itself the ruler of nature, yet again proves to be only a part of it, and not a particularly careful one. My ongoing exploration of the Ocklawaha River in search of the 20 lost springs led to a sad conclusion. Only Cannon Spring and this karst window remain partially accessible. The rest have become stagnant pits of foul sludge. Many have not seen the light of day for more than 60 years. The reservoir never returns to a natural level. It only fluctuates, denying these systems the chance to recover. Some springs can still be located by coordinates. Others reveal themselves only through ghostly rings of dead cypress trees, or a rare faint pulse of water, struggling upward through 5 feet of murk. And yet they are still there. Their stories are not finished. I want to tell them. I want to show where they are. And I will continue to do so in the next part of this video. Stories hide in unexpected places until we meet again on the uncharted paths.